hate to be the one to say this, but the car community on YouTube might be cooked. Let's talk about it. I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years now, which is crazy to think, but it is true. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows, and right now seems a bit of a weird spot. Lately I've noticed a trend, I guess with the release of TikTok and the frying of the average person's attention span. Everyone wants something right now. When I first started my channel, it was normal to save up, buy a cool car. It didn't have to be anything crazy. We started this channel with the Golf and the Buick, and then got the FRS, and then stretched that build series out over probably 2 years. Now, people are buying a car and building it in one episode. Like, on a regular basis, this is a normal thing, and people don't want to watch the long, drawn-out stuff anymore. Which, I mean, I understand it's fun to see everything come together in one video, but not everybody can do that. So, the separation has begun from the average car enthusiast to the guy with really deep pockets and can make it happen. Which I feel like is where this niche on YouTube is headed. You could make it back in the day with an FRS, with a freaking BMW 335i, a 370Z. You didn't have to have the latest, greatest, newest thing on the block to make videos that garnered views and got you a new audience. Nowadays, it doesn't seem like that's the case. We have more people than ever in the space buying hypercars, buying multiple hypercars, and it's getting a bit unattainable for the average person that's just starting or maybe wants to be a car YouTuber to really ever see any success while making these videos. Just to list a few, not anything against these people. I mean, these guys are doing great. They're doing big numbers. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we can start off. Stradman had the Veyron. Then he got the Koenigsegg. DDE had the Senna, or has the Senna, as a CGT. Shmee had the Senna. It seems like everyone's getting Sennas. Then has the Zenvo now. Hoovie's Garage has a Veyron. Ed Bolian has a Veyron. Tavarish kinda has a P1. The Goon Squad just bought a Senna and is rebuilding it. And then you have the guys that kind of came out of nowhere with a bunch of money, like Manny Koshman, who has every hypercar under the sun basically. Triple F collection and the Hamilton collection. All of these guys seem to have endless budgets to make the craziest and most entertaining videos, and it's working for them. Nothing against them, it's doing great. Their videos are fun to watch, but that kind of sets the new standard, where if you don't have millions of dollars to spend on these videos, buy these crazy cars that aren't attainable to anyone anymore, you're kind of out of luck, which sucks. The only person that I really see making any moves right now is Jake Schnatter. He came from TikTok, from what I'm familiar with, and is killing it right now. Over 500,000 subscribers, hundreds of thousands of views almost on every single video. But we see something interesting with his channel that a lot of other channels are dealing with as well. If we go back and look at some of the big dogs, TJ Hunt, Shmee, Stradman, DDE, all these guys, if you look at their top 10 most popular videos, none of these videos have been made in the last 2 years. It's all 3 years to the last 7 years on their channels. Yes, kitty, we're making a video. Which I find very interesting and kind of says something about where we are as a niche on the platform. Going back to Jake, his videos, his long form videos get up to 100,000, maybe a little bit more than that views almost every single time, which is great for him. He knows how to make entertaining videos. But then look at his shorts views. These numbers are insane. Multi-million view videos. Bang after banger after banger. 6, 7, 10 million views on all of these most popular shorts, which have all came in the last probably year or so. So is it the big creators with all the money taking the big views from the little guy? Or are people just shifting their attention spans over to only wanting to watch short form videos? That's the question that I'm having to deal with right now too. I have over 100,000 subscribers, yet I hardly can get 1,000 to 5,000 views on any of these videos. Now, is that because I haven't been as consistent as I've been in the past? Probably. Do I not make the best videos on the platform? I'm trying my best, but maybe I just can't keep up with the big guys. But then when I post a short, it's almost always 5 to 10,000 views, if not more. So where are we heading? And how do you guys feel about this shift in the viewership of long form versus short form videos? Do you think more car YouTubers are going to pop up that only make short form videos? Do you think we should focus on having long form as well as short form? I'm very, very curious because I am a car enthusiast. I love being around cars. I love looking at cars. I love driving cars. And it just feels like if you're trying to start a business, which YouTube is a business, it's almost not worth it to go buy the car you've always wanted and stretch yourself a little thin to get the car for the channel because you don't make any money. And it just doesn't make sense as a business perspective, spending all this money to get no return essentially. Other than an emotional return with you getting to drive the car whenever you want and how that makes you feel, etc., etc. It's just really weird seeing Stradman pay $35,000 a month for his Koenigsegg, and all of these other guys have 10, 12, 15 cars, 30 cars in some cases. The Hamilton collection, over $30 million worth of cars, when the average dude, small YouTuber, maybe working the 9 to 5, maybe making upwards of $100,000 a year, trying to make a living on YouTube as well. It just seems impossible these days. And some people are extending themselves way too thin, where it's ruining other aspects of their lives to make these YouTube videos to hopefully compete with the big dogs with all this money. It's just crazy to see the shift, where 10 years ago, you could go buy a shit box and build it into something somewhat cool, and you had a really core audience that loved watching the videos, loved keeping up to date with this stuff, and now it just seems like they're all gone. Big YouTubers aren't getting the views that they used to get. Small YouTubers are barely getting any views. And I don't know if there's any really light at the end of the tunnel for this, because as the spectacles get bigger and bigger and bigger, the people that can do that, the group gets smaller and smaller and smaller, until there's eventually only 1 or 2 people left to compete with. It's just interesting to me as well that not every big YouTuber has a hypercar. Yes, a lot of them do, but I mean, TJ Hunt, I'm sure he could if he wanted to. He could buy one, but he doesn't have one. Adam LZ probably could buy a hypercar if he wanted, doesn't have one. Are they trying to do something different, or do they see the same thing that I'm seeing, to where maybe it's just not worth it anymore to be spending all this money and still not be able to compete with the big guys? And another thing with a majority of these people's videos is every single video, they're buying something, building something, breaking something. All this stuff costs a lot of money. Stradman's 812 rebuild, for example, the latest thing he's put on his channel, that's probably costed him thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to get all this stuff to the point that it's at, just to film these videos. Jake Schnatter, at the time of this recording, just bought a Z06, a C7 Z06, has a Huracan, has the Supra, has the C6, has the M4, has a house. All of these videos are costing so much money, and I'm glad for them it's working, but it's just crazy to see the level that you have to be at for every single video be so high, when the rate of return for a lot of these smaller guys is just so low. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. And even sometimes when you spend $10,000 on a wide body kit for the Supra and have it installed, the video gets 5,000 views and you just spent $10,000 to make like $250 maybe. It just doesn't seem worth it right now. I feel like the next couple years are going to be very interesting, and a lot of people are going to come and go in the car YouTube space. It's just a weird time. And I'm curious if you guys are feeling the same way I'm feeling, or if maybe I'm just crazy talking out my ass as someone that has been making videos for this long and hasn't been doing as good as they used to be doing. Please let me know, is the car community on YouTube cooked? In the comment section below. Stay tuned for more videos. If you like this one, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel and want to see more of this kind of stuff, and I will see you in the next video.